This video is for educational purposes only and strategies that I use in my personal portfolio. Nothing in this video guarantees profits or future performance. If you're sitting on the sidelines right now, you are ignoring a massive financial coiled spring that is just 72 hours away from a massive repricing. Most retail investors are distracted by the noise, but institutional and smart money is quietly positioning themselves in SoFi ahead of the earnings that they expect to crush. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the psychological shift in the market, the massive rate cut tailwinds, and exactly why you need to be building your SoFi position before the opening bell on Wednesday. And remember, there's no guarantees in the stock market. It's very risky. There's a lot going on right now, so be sure to do your due diligence, protect your capital, no more than 5 to 10% of your portfolio in any one stock, and make sure SoFi fits your needs. SoFi isn't just a bank. It is a high growth tech company that happens to have a banking license. And while traditional banks are bogged down by physical branches and zombie legacy systems, SoFi operates a vertically integrated tech stack, which is Galileo and Technisys. And this allows them to scale at a fraction of the cost, passing those savings through APYs and better products. And you can see that SoFi had a massive run up from just under $15 all the way to almost $20, a $5 move. If you had bought SoFi back when I was calling it out between the end of March and the first week of April, you would be in under 17. And right now the price is in the $18.50 to $19 range after peaking to $20. So if you just bought SoFi when I called it a little over a month ago, you would be very close to a $5 profit depending on when you got in. Look, before we continue any further, if you've lost money in the market over the past 6 months, today is the day we change that and we work on making it back right now. If you want to know how I flipped this $900 account to almost $8,000 over 500% gains, or how I grew my $250,000 portfolio to $1.7 million in the past 2 years, then this is for you. I'm launching my 10 trade challenge. There's only 48 hours left to do this. The link to get started is below. I will be giving you the trades, the entries, and the exits to follow along to see exactly how I do this and what I did to grow these accounts you saw on the screen. I'll be giving you the trades, like I said, the entries, and the exits. And then after the challenge is over, I'll be hosting and teaching a 3-hour, 3-week class, a live class and seminar with you guys. And I'll be going over the trades to show you what we did right, why we made money, and how we can further improve to make even more money in the market. Very limited spots left, very limited time to sign up. The 10 trade challenge is below. Copy me, follow me, and let me show you exactly how we make money in the market and how we've made all those profits you can see on the screen. Students making hundreds of thousands of dollars over the past month on these stocks and these trades that I have put out. And what you're seeing here on YouTube is just scratching the surface on what we do in the Discord. The reason why we're targeting SoFi for this kind of growth is simple. Their financial services productivity loop. Every time a member joins for a checking account, they eventually take out a loan or start investing. This drives the cost of customer acquisition towards zero, while the lifetime value of the customer skyrails. And then we also have to talk about the Noto factor. If you don't bet on the horse, you bet on the jockey. And in the world of fintech, Anthony Noto is the ultimate jockey. We're talking about a guy who was the CFO of the NFL, the COO of Twitter, and managing director at Goldman Sachs. If anybody understands this, it's him. Noto doesn't just manage SoFi or manage a company. He executes at military precision. Literally, he was a West Point grad and a former Army Ranger, and under his leadership, SoFi isn't just surviving the fintech winter, they've thrived, achieving GAAP profitability and proving to Wall Street that their all-in-one super app strategy actually works. When Noto speaks, the big banks listen because he's currently eating their lunch. When we look at this price action on SoFi, this big sell-off here was because of the market, not SoFi entirely. This was a lot of the market. And what I want to talk about next is the $27.50 offering right before the market started going down and before their previous earnings. A few months ago, everyone panicked over the public offering of $27.50, but let me clear the air. That wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a massive capital injection of $1.5 billion to fuel even faster growth. And when a company raises money at those levels, it sets a valuation floor that institutional players recognize as a long-term support zone. Now, the long-term support zone for SoFi is right at the $17.50 mark. It only really dipped below that because the market was bad and because the volatility and the oil and the Iranian conflict. But aside from all of that, between $17.50 and $19.50, this $2 range is the support floor. The reason why SoFi is likely to crush earnings is that the rate cut tailwind is huge. As the Fed prepares to pivot and cut rates, SoFi's massive personal loan and mortgage business becomes an absolute powerhouse, and lower rates means more originations and higher margins. Also, don't forget member growth. Management is already guiding for a 30% increase in memberships this year, and the tech hedge. And remember, this earnings call on April 29th isn't just an earnings call. It is verification that SoFi is now the #1 digital bank in the US. Let's go over and look at exactly the price action here, and I'll show you guys dark pool data. On December 4th was the public offering. You can see here that SoFi kind of just dipped down, but OBV stayed steady until January 28th. So the geopolitical tensions began right around the beginning of March, so right around here. There was a little bit of a dip in SoFi, but the rest was the market, everything combined. But we can see that SoFi is actually driving up on their OBV, and their money flow index is pretty solid. And we can see there's a lot of bearish divergence on the RSI that's recently turned bullish, and this happened on April 23rd. So the past couple of days, there's been some divergence on SoFi, and we can clearly see this divergence happening. Even though the price has come down a little bit, we can see there's divergence on the RSI. That is a bull divergence. And this happens like this. I'm going to show you exactly what is likely to happen with earnings, and of course the issues in Iran potentially getting better. Right now they're stalled, but we can see right here, and there's support right here. This is very likely to happen on earnings. Personally, based on all of my research and my analysis, it's likely we see SoFi crush earnings again, and they're in the $21 to $23 range over the next week as we go through earnings cycle and next week after earnings. I see the stock going to 21 to 22 on earnings being very possible, but if it doesn't do that, even with the tensions in Iran, once they're abated and we have an agreement in Iran, then I see SoFi going higher. There's also the potential that SoFi could be added to the S&P 500 on the next rebalance, which is in June, and then there's another one in September, and then we have rate cuts somewhere between June and September. So with the rate cuts and the rebalancing of the S&P 500, if SoFi is added, these are two big catalysts for SoFi that you don't want to miss out on at all, because if we get rate cuts and the war's over and they get added to the S&P 500 and these earnings crush, where do you think SoFi is going to go? Back to 24, back to 25, maybe even 30 again. But like I've said, based on my technical analysis, based on the dark pool data I can see in front of me, they're likely to crush earnings. And I see SoFi going to 21 to 23 on earnings and the week after. And then with the rates getting cut and the war issues being resolved, when that happens, whether it's the next week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, SoFi will follow the market most likely and trek with it or higher. And we could see $25 by the end of May. And then going into June, if they're added to the S&P 500 and the rates get cut, then SoFi is on its way to $30 to $35 by the end of the year. This is something you guys don't want to miss out on. When we look at the financials of SoFi, they have got $4.77 billion in revenue, which is very, very strong. And they have net income of $481 million. Their EBITDA is also very sharp. And their balance sheet is good. They have a net debt of negative $3.44 billion. Anytime you have a negative net number, negative and net means it doesn't exist, meaning they have $3.44 billion in cash. This is incredible. This company is sitting on cash. This is something that's very important to understand. $3.5 billion in cash. Their assets cover liabilities easily. They have over $10 billion, almost $10.5 billion in equity. We look at their cash flow, $1.5 billion, $1.53 billion trailing 12 month, almost $1 billion in the previous quarter. And their free cash flow is almost $1 billion in the previous quarter as well. $10 million in the quarter before that, trailing 12 month, $1.27 billion. It's likely they're going to crush this earnings. If you look back at the history of SoFi, you will see over the years, SoFi has only missed earnings once, twice, 3 times since 2020. In 6 years, there's 24 earnings cycles, and they've beaten 21 times. That's crazy, right? That is intense to beat that many earnings. My AI dark pool data right now on my screen says we have a 97% chance of beating earnings, and we have a 85% chance of crushing. So my dark pool data that I'm reading, and based on the calculations I am seeing, SoFi is going to do 12 cents almost for sure, but there's a very strong possibility it's going to do 13 to 14 cents on the EPS. We're going to see what happens with SoFi on earnings Wednesday. You guys don't want to miss that. SoFi is very healthy. You guys don't want to miss it. The window of opportunity for cheap SoFi shares is closing. And if you are confused by any of this, or just don't understand this technical analysis, or you don't want to miss out on this trade, like the dozens and dozens of trades that I've called out in the past, like AMD at 105 in February of 2025 on a live earnings call right here on YouTube, where people said I was crazy, and yet the stock went to 240 only 6 months later. I called Google at 140 in April of 2025. It ran to over $330. These are 200%, 300% gains. Palantir, I called called that at $15, $30, and $50. It ran to over 200. I also called other stocks. I called Robinhood at 15. I called Affirm at 30. Wayfair at 30. Last year, only a year ago, people said I was nuts for these trades, and they all played out. I called Navitas at $6. It ran to 18, went back down to 8. I told everyone the dollar cost average. Now you guys here on YouTube and my Discord are all printing on Navitas. And I also called Applied Digital at 6, 12, 10, 15, and again at 20. It ran to 40, pulled back to 23. I told you guys to get in. You got in. It ran to 36. We printed again. If you don't want to miss this opportunity and you want to know how I grew this account in 1 year from $900 to almost $8,000, 500% gains, and now I grew my portfolio from $250,000 to $1.7 million. You don't want to miss out on my 10 trade challenge. The link is below. I will give you the trades. I will give you the entries, the exits. Copy me, do what I do, and see how I achieve those profits at the end of this 10 trade challenge. I'm going to be hosting and teaching a 3-hour, 3-week class where you guys can ask me questions, and I'm going to show you what we did and how we made money and how we can keep doing that going forward. Are you tired of losing money? Did you lose money over the last 6 months? Now is the time we start working to gain it back. Follow my lead, do what I do, enter the 10 trade challenge. The link to get started is below, and the link to get started in Discord is also below if you want to jump in my Discord with 2 live coaching calls every single week. And of course, my day trades, swing trades, and big account trades, as well as the Ask Corey section. I look forward to seeing you in Discord and the 10 trade challenge. And remember, SoFi is transitioning from a student loan company to a diversified financial titan. If you're ready to stop guessing and start trading with institutional level precision, the 10 trade challenge is for you. It's below. And remember, the earnings for SoFi is on Wednesday. You guys don't want to miss out on this. We've went over everything on SoFi. This is the time. All the tailwinds are in place. Let's make some money. Remember, there's risks with every investment. There's no guarantees. And make sure to do your own due diligence and make sure that SoFi fits your investing goals and needs, and no more than 5 to 10% of your portfolio in any one stock. I'll see you in the 10 trade challenge and the Discord. I look forward to seeing you and helping you with your portfolio. One love, and I'll see you on the next video.